Good morning. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. Please welcome Co with today's announcements.
Good morning, St. Johnsbury Academy. Today is a Tuesday. Oh, that's good. October 3rd. Today is a green day. The admission office is hosting a group of 16 educational consultants on the campus today as part of Vermont Fall Educational Consultant School Tour. The role of an educational consultant is to provide the student and families with individual attention and first-hand knowledge of thousands of educational opportunities, and the time explore all those options. Many of boring students have been referred to St. J through these consultants. This is an incredible group of dedicated educational professionals who are eager to see our campus, learn more about the academic offering, and get to know everything that makes our school special. If you see them around campus with our admission ambassador, please say hi, hello to those people. Miss Greenstone's ESL 504 classes are reminded to report directory Brandview Drive after A block this morning. Reminder: the bus for the women can do will be depart from the Brandview Drive at 7:15 on Thursday morning. If you have not turned your St. Johnsbury Academy permission slips to Miss Murphy yet, please do so by tomorrow afternoon. There will be a mandatory London and Paris meeting today at 3 p.m. in Street 223, Mrs. Kendall room. Please contact with Miss Murphy, Miss Kendall, or Mr. Dembski if you are unable to attend. The Hilltopper Literary Society having its first official meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, October 4th at 5:30 p.m. in the library fireside area. Members, if you haven't already, please check your email, STJ Labs email for information about the attending and then bring in Pollack item. If you still want to join, it's not too late. Find Mr. Dembski by either wishing you a piece of delicious cheese or coming to the Humanities office in Langer Breezeway during CP. Happy birthday today to Geronimo Daly, Aiden, Bukazi, Mara, Gods, and Haley and White. Happy birthday. Today for sports, Varsity and JB Field Hockey versus North Country at 4 and 5:30. JB Varsity Volleyball at Rice. Please dismiss the team at 12:45. Cheerleading at Field Hockey game at 4. Boys golf at Division 1 quarterfinal at Cedar Knoll. Good luck to all of you guys. And have a great day.
Thank you, Co. A few late announcements. Attention seniors, please report to Fuller Hall tomorrow morning for our class meeting. Please sit by advisory in your assigned sections. See you Wednesday morning. JV football put up a hard fight against Colchester yesterday, but came up short with a 24-8 loss. Congratulations to Brandon Sheldon for winning the Riverside Speedway Lightning 4-Track Championship over the weekend. Congratulations, Brandon. On Saturday, the boys cross-country team nearly swept the home meet with BFA St. Albans and MMU. Andrew Thornton Sherman won the race with Carson Eames, Emmett Johnson, and R11 placing 2 through 4. Congratulations to the entire team on a great race. Congratulations, boys. And yesterday on the golf course, SJA Girls Golf went up against CVU and Essex. Justice Drayton Painter and Kaya Kendall played in their first varsity matches as individuals. Fun was had by all, and it was a beautiful day on the course with CVU winning the match. Great job to those athletes. And now it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Brown and Dean Smith and some student participants from the Japan trip this past spring. Japan trip.
Ohayo gozaimasu. In April of this year, we had the incredible privilege to go on the Academy's trip to Japan. Our travels took us from the port city of Nagasaki to the beautiful natural landscapes of Miyajima Island in Hiroshima Bay, to the cultural heart of Japan, Kyoto, and finally to the bright and bustling city of Tokyo.
This trip is totally free to students, thanks to the Freeman Family Foundation grant. The 12 students who applied and were accepted to go on the trip, and 2 chaperones, Mr. Brown and Mrs. Smith, cannot say enough about this amazing opportunity. Please enjoy our top 10 reasons to travel to Japan with SJA.
Number 10, new and delicious culinary experiences. I loved the way that food was prepared in Japan. You could see the care that restaurants had put into the food and its presentation as well. I also appreciated that the service staff in restaurants in Japan, they give you space instead of checking in constantly throughout the period of time you're there. And my favorite foods I believe that I ate in Japan were sashimi, something that I thought I would never like, and melon bread, of course, in the Kobaneri stores.
Nine, stunning historical and cultural sites. Torii gates, temples, palaces, and shrines. There are many great places to connect with the local culture and get a better understanding of the Shinto practices, the primary customs of the Japanese people. Personally, I like Kyoto for the cultural sides. We got to see a Buddhist temple and walk under countless torii gates. While there, we also got to see the Emperor Palace walls, an imposing yet beautiful structure.
Number 8, a chance to experience and reflect on world history and peace. We had the chance to go to Nagasaki's Atomic Bomb Museum. This museum was filled with statues, models, pictures, and real objects from that actual event. Getting to see and understand what happened was an amazing day of the 2-week trip. This museum brought us through the very minute the bomb exploded to the lasting side effects on the people and architecture there. The whole time there was truly insightful, and I would absolutely recommend going for next year's trip. And number 7, opportunities to practice our Japanese language skills. Getting to spend time in a place where you're constantly surrounded by the Japanese language is one of the best ways to learn. It allows you to practice the words where that language is actually spoken. Being in Japan improved my personal ability to speak that language, and being surrounded by constant practice helped a ton. A fun part of our trip was our daily haikus that we wrote. And another was Ms. Smith organizing a list of the new words that we learned every day.
Super fast, 300 kilometer an hour, and effective travel aboard on the Shinkansen. The Shinkansen, or bullet train, link major destinations. This is how we traverse the countryside from one city to another. You have a lot of storage space on these trains and spacious seating to put your luggage. For our inner city travel, walking was our go-to method and really get a good lay of the streets. I totally did not get lost in Nagasaki, so make sure you bring a buddy.
Number 5, time to connect with Kaijo School students in Tokyo. On our last day in Japan, we visited the Kaijo School, a junior high and high school that has a long-standing relationship with St. Johnsbury Academy. The Kaijo students had fun activities for us, including kendama, paper crane making, foam sword fights. Mrs. Smith and I both took out a Kaijo student, trivia and telephone, and drawing games. The Kaijo students were so welcoming, and we're excited to welcome them to our school in 2024.
Number 4. Oh well. Number 4, beautiful landscapes and experiences in nature. Walking around the city in April during the cherry blossoming season is one of the most beautiful times of year that you can't see in every country. There were temples and shrines we hiked, with nature everywhere. There were stunning views in Kyoto. Every street in Hiroshima was lined with flowers, and Miyajima was an entire island town full of deer trying to steal our ice cream.
The life, lights, and energy of the world's most populous city, Tokyo. We stayed at a Godzilla hotel, roughly 20 floors above the streets of Tokyo. It was a nice stay there. If I had to describe the city best, it would be the beauty in chaos.
Number 2, a chance to hang out with cool people in a stunning place. We had a really amazing group and some team building moments. My favorite was when we had played games and made a human pyramid on the grounds of the Imperial Palace. We all had earned trip nicknames throughout our time in Japan, such as Melon Bread, Movie Star, Land Shark, Philosopher, and the Bodyguard. It was cool to share the experience with these people.
All right. My favorite part of the trip was the city of Nagasaki. I got to see it from many different perspectives, and I had a lot of time to explore and reflect. I also got to go on a walk and hang out with a couple of local school kids.
Number 1, making lasting memories in Japan. I believe my favorite part was getting to try new cultural different foods. I have a hard time eating different types of foods, and I found that I actually like more foods than I thought I would. So I brought into my taste buds when I was there, and just getting to hang out with this fun group of people, I believe, was also another favorite of my part of the trip.
My favorite part of the trip was being able to hike around to the different cultural sites, such as the temples and shrines.
My favorite part of the trip was definitely coming up with nicknames and walking around, seeing the real culture in Japan and the nature. I believe that is all. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hello, Mr. Yuri and I are excited to lead this year's trip to Japan, 2024. So it's an all-expense paid trip. Flights, food, travel, lodging are completely free, and the Freeman Foundation pays the bill. Who can apply? Students who have taken Japanese at St. Johnsbury Academy and students who are currently enrolled in taking Japanese. So how can you apply? You can pick up an application from Mr. Irain in the Caldwell Center, Takanashi Sensei in Newell Hall, or after A block, there'll be applications in Student Life. And applications are due October 13th. Thanks.
So thank you to our students from the 23 trip, hearing about your trip and watching that journal come in while you were there was fantastic, but great to hear from you. And again, what a great opportunity. Consider this. This is one of many, a big one, but think about whether this might be a great fit for you. Briefly this morning, with the way chapels line up between now with a short week this week and next week, and Spirit Week not far off, I'm actually up here today as well to talk a bit about X blocks for quarter 2. And so quarter 1 X blocks will wrap up next week. And so if you've taken an X block, great. Please know that there's a new lineup of courses coming, and I'm here to share very briefly the information about what you can expect to come out next week, but I'd like you to hear about these opportunities for quarter two, and that will run from the week of October, the Tuesday of October the 24th through the end of the semester. These are the courses that will be on offer for quarter two. And again, signups will be next week, and there may be yet one or two courses still yet to come, but here's what we have so far. The Invention Factory, Sales, Marketing, and Self-Promotion. This will be a course on how to use marketing and personal branding to promote your products and ideas. So about marketing opportunities, how one can use social media to bring projects to life. There's a Basics of Fundraising and Nonprofit Management. And so this obviously is focusing on nonprofit agencies and fundraising and gets you to understand the nonprofit sector, and you'll have an opportunity to learn from nonprofit professionals with decades of experience. There's a Game Theory course. This is a dynamic field within the discipline of economics. And so you'll be focusing on economic modeling. You'll be playing games, like some of you may know the Prisoner's Dilemma. But this is the Game Theory course. There's a deep dive into digital photography as another course. So making use of, obviously, the phones that most of us have, or other handheld devices that you can use with cameras, but how you make use of those readily available cameras to create a digital gallery of work. And so that's an exciting course that complements what we do in art, and some of you are unable to take a full photography course, so there's that. We have an Understanding Your Automobile for the Beginner. And so for those of you who are new car owners perhaps, or perhaps you just don't know a lot about your car, this is an opportunity for you to understand how to be a responsible and independent and confident car owner. There's a Beginning Baristas class. And so this is a class that is focused on making espresso-based drinks, understanding the roasting of coffee beans, a little bit of the history of coffee, but really focusing on proper techniques of pulling shots of espresso, steaming milk, creating latte art, and maybe even running the front of house side of a cafe. There's also an Introduction to Improv and Stand-Up Comedy. So one of the lines that I liked in this write-up as I'm standing here, the comment in the course write-up is, what would chapel look like if the speaker were actually an alien pretending to be a human being? So there's something for you to think about this morning. So in this course, you might be able to come out and think about and act out different scenarios in improv and comedy. And one of the goals of that course is to create a 3 to 5 minute stand-up comedy routine. And there's also a Model UN X Block course. So we offer Model UN as a club, but this is a focused course, and it will run a 2-week-long simulation on a topic of the group's choosing, and also prepare you for other conferences and an academy conference. So again, these are upcoming opportunities for you. As a reminder, X Blocks meet 2 times a week from 3:30 until 4:15 roughly. If this is something you're interested in, start thinking about this. I would mention that if you are an athlete and a fall sport athlete, and perhaps you're not intending to go out for winter sports, this may be a good quarter for you to consider an X Block. And again, these courses are open to all students who can commit to the Tuesday and Thursday schedule. So again, more to come to your STJ Labs accounts next week. If you have questions, feel free to stop by the headmaster's office. I'd be happy to chat with you more about these courses. Okay, before I dismiss faculty, I want to remind our sophomore class, you'll be staying after chapel this morning to hear from class officers, and we'll turn things over to Mr. O'Brien once everyone else is out of chapel. Have a great day, faculty.